Hey Libra, this is for your Libra placements, your seventh house placements, okay? Got a message and something is off. I'm not sure how else to explain it. It's odd, okay? With someone, with some verbiage, there's something here where if you, like if somebody doesn't pay attention to the details or if they don't, and I'm not trying to fearmonger here, guys, it's a very odd message. Something is clouded and covered. I mean, it's just like completely enveloped in symbols and tells. Okay, it's like secret coding. You have to know how to read it. You have to know what it means. You have to understand what someone is trying to tell you beneath what they're trying to tell you. It's way too confusing, and it's causing like a headache and frustration, and it's just like, oh, out with it already. What the are you trying to say? It's like there's some beneath the surface. I don't, a person, or it's so weird because I was getting like Harry Potter references with like, um, the Triwizard Tournament. Okay. I think it's the Goblet of Fire. It's the fourth one, right? So, but where Professor Moody isn't Professor Moody, somebody's drinking Polyjuice potion, and it's really Barty Crouch Jr., which is so crazy because I could not remember his name when I was before I hit record, and it just came to me super simple there. Interesting. But someone, okay, this person fooled everyone, but there's one person, right? And this is a Harry Potter like person, which is interesting because the vision I got was a snowy owl and a bald eagle flying in the sky, soaring, just having a good old time. And a snake came out of nowhere and tried to attack the snowy owl, and the bald eagle attacked it. And then I started to get the Harry Potter references. And I was like, what in the hell? And I heard parasailing and paragliding. They're similar. If you don't pay attention and you don't know what they mean, you could think, right? Oh, they're the same thing. They're just different names. No, they are not the same thing. Paragliding is free sailing. Paragliding, the person is controlling it themselves. Parasailing, they are not. This person is being pulled by the boat, by the driver of the boat. They're being controlled by something else. They cannot control what they're doing, their actions, their anything. You feel me? Now, oftentimes, the messages, the symbols, the things that we get, they mean something else. They're a metaphor, okay? We've got to open our mind and allow ourselves to try to understand what it's saying to us. And in doing so, it opens up your perspective and allows you to see something to where you have that aha moment. I also heard beware the man in the mask. And there's something about secrets, lies, jealousy, fruitless endeavors. Someone wants what they can't have. Somebody wants another's everything, like their wit, their intelligence, their like it's weird, like courage, bravery, how they stand up for themselves. Very, it's interesting. Like it's seriously, it's like Gryffindor energy. They're just very, but they're very perceptive, you know, and it's giving strong, I'm telling you, it's giving strong Harry Potter vibes where someone is not so quick to believe what other people say, and they trust their gut instinct. They listen to that. They don't pass it off. Even if people think they're crazy or they're being ridiculous, they're like, no, something's up. And in that fourth movie, when this situation happened with Barty Crouch Jr., because he was drinking the polyjuice potion, makes him be somebody else. It was just 555 on the timer. It's like there was something he did. And there were a couple of things that it was like that had happened throughout the movie. And then Harry kind of looked like, I wonder why the hell that's happening. But he kind of tucked it away, filed away in his system, and waited. And then there was one thing that Barty Crouch did, and he was like, that is not Mr. Moody. That's not Professor Moody. It's like speaking so fast that you pass over how someone says something, how they write something, what they've included. But Harry caught it. Barty Crouch Jr., playing as Professor Moody, said, in the graveyard. And it stopped Harry in his tracks because he's like, hang on, Professor. I never told you we were in a graveyard. That quick, he picked it up. Nothing gets by him. Someone here, nothing gets by you. You pick up subtle differences. You pick up things that other people Don't even think to question. High perception. Very like tapped in, tuned in, and aware of multiple things at once. Like you're able to connect the dots and put things together. It's like a filing system in your head. You don't miss a beat. And when I was picking out what decks to use, for a brief second, it was like this thought tried to intrude into my vision of combining all of Intuitive Kev's decks together. And then it was like somebody was like, it was like me shuffling them, but it was somebody else. And then a bunch of cards started to flip out of the center. And that person was like, nope, nope, nope. Like, oh, how'd that get in there? Like trying to hide it. I'm like, okay. So it's the combining of a bunch of different things that look the same. They look similar. But there's something in there that they like, that's like the real message, but they want to hide it. So they're adding a bunch of other things in, maybe from the same person, same, similar looking decks, so that you can't tell a difference. But then I was called to put together the Sacred Witch deck and the Pantheon deck. And I thought, well, together? And I heard yes. And I was like, okay. Something is strong, and it's as above, so below. And there's some kind of connection, the Sacred Witch and the Pantheon, the gods. There's something there that's strong, a connection. I don't know if it's literally being that tapped in, okay? Receiving your guidance, if they're like ancestry type stuff, but it's someone's tapped in. And then as I was shuffling, it parted to the card that shows Maui. And I heard demigod. And I'm like, somebody's a demigod? And just now a thing came up on my screen that shows like clicking on the thumbs up sign, which does not happen often. And it doesn't even happen on routine. It's so weird how that pops up. But I said, somebody's a demigod? What? I'm like, yes. I'm like, how is that possible? And then I heard, it's very possible. Think about it. I think someone here is very tapped in and gets highly intelligent messages. They're almost like radar or sonar, right? And their intuition and all that, their sight, it picks up subtle changes in things that others are not aware of. And the way that they connect the dots is different than most people are used to. And it sometimes takes people aback because they're like, how'd you get that from that? Or what makes you think that? They can't see it. And this person's like, it's so natural to them. There's a reason. And I know, guys, stay with me. I know it sounds very like foo-foo and oh yeah, whatever. But think about it. Some people are 11:33 on the timer. Some people really do have a mind that allows them to see things in so many different ways. And they tend to think so far outside of the box that other people can't even, they're just like, what? That person is out there. I'm not talking kooky out there. I'm talking the subtle things that people pick up. And somebody's like, what does that matter? That's not a big deal. Except sometimes it turns out it is a big deal. And that happens to be the link. It's so weird. I know it sounds weird, but think about it. Sometimes it's like, oh, that makes sense why this was like this and that. And it's like, oh, I thought it was just misplaced. Or I thought, it seems so insignificant. It's a detail, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the timer. It's a detail that most people don't even pay attention to or they forget. But this person remembers it. And then they're like, ding, 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 ding. And this is what happened. Literally, like somebody's the fucking red string on the corkboard in their brain. Like that. Like, it's weird. Okay. I know. But somebody's trying to find a way to either tap into their energy, okay, or be them, like assimilate their character, their persona, their something, their info. I don't know. It's fucking weird. Their identity. I have no idea, y'all. Something's weird here. But this is somebody, because somebody's like reading a document or they're looking through something. And as they're reading, this is like 20 people read it and they're like, yeah, man, that looks good. And then this person reads it and they're like, you got the I and the E backwards here. That contradicts what you said up here. No, that information isn't correct. This was on a Tuesday. This says Thursday. That's not true. Like somebody's like that. And they're like, what the fuck? And they look at it and the person's right. They're like, how the hell did you notice that? However, if it's not missed, if something is missed, right, it's good for the other person. Oh, I know it seems so weird. It's good for the other person because they were able to fly something under the radar. And it ends up That small difference in parasailing and paragliding, it's that small difference in being able to drag someone with them and they cannot escape. They're forced to follow the same direction. It's that one little difference in a word that they sound similar, but they are different meanings. Okay? I just heard exalted, exalted. Exalted, placed at a high level. It describes someone or something raised in rank, power, or importance, or an idea that is noble and grand. It's a high rank. It's a powerful position. Great moral, spiritual, and intellectual value. So someone is exalted. Yes. This person, whoever I'm talking about, does not see themselves that way. It's giving, I'm telling y'all, you're going to think I'm weird, but it's giving Harry Potter vibes. Humble beginnings, does not understand what they mean to people, what type of difference they can make. What can I do? What's the big, I'm just Harry. I'm just Harry. He saved the wizarding world. The only one who could defeat Lord Voldemort. Why? Was he the strongest? Right? Was he the smartest? No. But he was pure of heart. And he was brave. And he stood up for what he believed in. No matter what people said. No matter if people laughed at him. He did not care. And he never let how amazing people thought he was. Like, oh my gosh, that's so amazing. He's like, okay, it's not that big of a deal. He never let it go to his head. And he was loyal. He stood by his friends. He had empathy. He was compassionate. He was brave. He was courageous. Like he was the damn Knight of Wands because he did some shit that nobody else would do. They ran the other way. And Harry's like, fuck this. Somebody got to do it. Let me in there. Somebody's like that. And it's abnormal. Okay. You don't see that. All right. Something that makes it more astonishing is this person's a female. Somebody's a female who is like this. Y'all, something's astonishing. And it's someone's bravery, their courage. Somebody does not stand down to difficulty in the face of adversity. When someone is like, they don't, it feels like, real just like firm. Like somebody's firm like Hermione, very intelligent. They're brave like Harry. Somebody's like, whoo, you ain't gonna tell this person nothing. Because they'll call you out in a heartbeat and they have the courage to do so. And people stick up for others because it's the right thing to do. This is somebody who's like, they'll do the hard stuff themselves because they don't want to drag other people through their stress. I don't know. It's like, but for someone here, people have been happy to let them do that. And I don't know, somebody missed something. Somebody's misinterpreted something, misread something. Somebody didn't see the details, the bigger picture, the fine print, all the things like someone else did. And it's because they were not paying attention. They were in a hurry. They didn't take time to like go within and see. And someone else did. And there here is like some kind of decision made that's made all the difference. And it feels like another person is privy to someone else's like grandiose level of honor or something. Okay, it's weird. While that person doesn't know. And it's very much giving Lord Voldemort hearing the prophecy. Interesting. Harry Potter was the chosen. Interesting. They thought it could have been Neville, but it was Harry Potter. So, man, I'm telling you, this is so wild. It's like somebody going through their whole life and having things happen to them and they keep going, having no idea of why their life is the way that it is. And they find out and they're just like, what the hell? What the hell? Beware the man in the mask. So someone wants to, oh my gosh, they're showing me Tom Riddle. Someone's pretending to have good intentions with some information, but really they're trying to get the heat off them or the attention off them. They're trying to steer someone in the wrong direction, either now or they did in the past, to make someone take the blame for what they did. And they did it, and it altered someone's future. But you know what? Tom Riddle tried that on Harry. And if you remember correctly, Harry was going, it was an object, right? He went into that memory with him. And Harry noticed. He noticed the things. He knew Hagrid was innocent. And he fought for that. He knew something was not right. So that backfired on Tom. I'm telling you, somebody is dibbling, dabbling in some shit that they ought not be doing. Spiritual deep dives? What the fuck is that? Somebody's conjuring something? What the hell? I don't want to go there, y'all. Just know, if something smells off, feels off, seem anything, don't rush. Slow down and trust your gut instinct. If you feel like you want to read something again, if you want to look into something, if you want to look up the meaning of something really quick, if you want to check the dates, if you want to check the addition on something, the mathematics of it, something, anything, the location, anything. I don't care how minute it seems. And someone is trying to be like, oh, that's not that big of a deal. That's just a spelling error. Don't worry about it. Keep moving. No. Ask for it to be specific and accurate. No errors. You want to look it over. You want to make sure that it's right. You want to verify things. Because somebody's coming in to apologize for taking you for granted. Demand the truth with proof. Validate all info yourself. Don't take someone's word for it. And I was getting this feeling. It was so crazy because I was tapping your energy. And then I'm just like, what is going on? There's paragliding and parasailing. And I was like, those can't be the same thing. So I looked it up. Yeah, they're not the same thing. I'm like, okay, they're not the same thing. Then I read them. And as I was, this is what's wild. As I was reading the difference between the two, it felt like something was tugging at my insides and I wanted to puke. Like I was getting nervous. The more that I took time to read, the more something was getting nervous. And I'm reading, and then it like all hit me and I was like, holy shit, that's it. Somebody's making sure that like they're saying the right thing or that something's accurate and they don't want that. If something feels off, they're looking into it. They don't like that. Somebody can see through someone's bullshit and they don't like that. They're getting nervous. It's like panic mode because they only see one way out. Somehow this snake has to take down the owl. I mean, a snowy owl, white, purity. Owls are wisdom. They're very regal, noble creatures. All seeing. An owl, toughest bird. Toughest one there is. You don't fuck with them. The only thing an owl has to worry about really is another owl, because an owl will fuck a human up. They take eagles' nests. And if an eagle tries to fuck with it, the owl goes back and takes the little eaglets. It's like, all right, I see you, and I raise it. Fuck with me again. I mean, you don't mess with them. They're beautiful, beautiful. They're my favorite. They're unbelievably, oh my gosh. They're so majestic. I love them. I'm like awestruck when I see them in my yard. I'm awestruck. I love them. They leave me speechless. But they will whoop some ass in a heartbeat. They tough, right? And there's a snake trying to take down an owl. And it's symbolism, which is crazy to me. But a bald eagle, which is odd. So I don't know if that's an ancestor or someone's spirit guide or something, a friend, if it's a loyal companion, but it's something that you wouldn't normally see together. You wouldn't normally see an owl and a bald eagle flying together. They don't tend to be BFFs, but that bald eagle seemed extremely loyal to that owl. And it was like, I don't know what the hell you think you're doing, snake, but I'm gonna whoop your ass. So there's a message in that, guys. It's profound though, because someone played a significant part in derailing someone's life path and changing it. And there were a lot of setbacks and delays and confusion and headache and abuse and all kinds of stuff. Obstacles to overcome. Someone did that for selfish gain, for selfish reasons, deliberately. And they know it, but they think they're like the almighty, or I don't know. They're the best of the best. They can't be beaten. Well, news for them. They can be. And either they are right now, even if it's unbeknownst to you or this other person, but they are. And it's like there's some kind of a weird last attempt to save face, to try to turn something around so that they can look like they've elevated or changed or become, enlightened and different. And they just want to be loving. They just want a chance. They've been judged poorly and wrongly, and they're not like that. Oh, can't you see? We're like you and me. No, I can't. You evil thing you. Horcruxes can be significant. Horcrux is a cursed object. In Harry Potter, they held parts of Voldemort's soul. So I'm not sure, because I was getting things about conjuring. I'm not sure if somebody tried to attach something dark, a dark entity or something, to an object and gave it to somebody. Okay. But you know that locket that they wear, right? The person who wears it, all the bad parts of them come out. It's a nasty thing. Somebody's wearing something that was given to them as a gift. I've gotten this before in a reading. Yeah, I just heard, yes, you have. It's a black string. It's a black string. It's got silver bars and balls on it. It's a Morse code bracelet. Yeah, there's something that says, I've gotten this before in a reading, y'all. There's something that bracelet says that is not what the person thinks it says. That's very specific. I've gotten that before. Yes. 2 people have them. They wear them. Something keeps them linked to something. What the hell is that? That's weird. It's like a glowing green that comes off of it. But it's not, no, it's not like, it's like toxic gas green. It's not like green, like heart chakra green. It's not, no, that is weird. What the hell? I'm telling you, these people are like holding hands. Somebody like they grab each other's pinky or their fingers or something. Something's weird. Somebody doesn't realize what that is. They don't know that that's what that is. Man, somebody is diafucking-bolical. And I don't mean that to scare anybody. We all know people like that. But this is just I'm going to stop this message here and I'm going to start another one that does cards because I don't want this to be too long. But if this resonated with you, or if you know somebody who kind of, is like that, where they, are very brave and quick-witted and stuff like that, I don't know. There just needs to be, it's not a thing to be afraid of. I think somebody's going to, I just heard they're going to easily pick up on it. But this is like a confirmation that when you pick up on that, yes, don't breeze over it. That is something to say, no, I want that to be correct. I want that corrected. I want that. No, I don't care if it's just a comma where a period should be. I want it changed to say what it's supposed to say. Like something is like that. It seems so minuscule, but it needs to be changed to be the exact. So there can be no confusion about something. Because like someone's trying to be real smooth and do a subtle shift, a subtle change. And it's like, no, it has to be exact. Somebody's got to like stand their ground, stand by. If they've always been a stickler for having, like kind of like the grammar police, if somebody's always been like that, they need to stick with that, especially when it comes to something in relation to another person that they have dealings with that has wronged them in some way, or they know they can't fully trust them. Okay, I'm going to end the message here. I'm going to go into and then a part 2 that gives you the cards to go deeper into the message or whatever for you guys, just in case you don't want to see that part, But yeah, if this is where I leave you, then no, it's not paid or anything. It's just going to be a part 2 for y'all. If this is where I leave y'all, okay, be a good human, lead with love, good intentions, and give the day a good you. I love y'all so much. Peace.